As the time gets much shorter to the big Doom Eternal presentation, I feel like it's now time to look at our next Doom Eternal discussion video. This time, I think we should talk about what modes, personally I think, could be a Snapmap replacement. Of course, so now we know that there is no Snapmap in Doom Eternal. They announced it after the presentation at QuakeCon, so now there's that big hole to fill, and I don't think we've seen anything yet that could possibly do that. I mean, of course, we've got the massive campaign, which would be the main focus, multiplayer, which is going to return, of course, and the brand new Demon Invaders mode. That is all that we know at this point. Now, to me, I feel like the Demon Invaders mode would just be a new part to the campaign, so there's going to have to be this brand new mode, or at least something there that's going to try and fill in the replacement for Snapmap. And of course there are a few things where I feel like might do this, and there's the obvious ones, and then there's a few crazy ideas that I thought I'd throw into the mix as well. I mean, of course, none of this stuff's been announced or confirmed, it's just my predictions or theories on what I think we could see. Okay, let's start off with the most obvious one, invasion mode. Something that didn't seem too possible before Snapmap wasn't announced, and now this idea does seem much more of a possibility. The reason why I didn't think it was that much of a possibility at first was because of Snapmap, and you can kind of do this kind of thing in Snapmap, although it wasn't that great because of the limitations. So now this is a great opportunity for them to actually add in, or at least have a huge focus of invasion mode. And there is many things they can do with this. Of course, there will be like the standard wave after wave events, but I feel like they could get a bit more creative than that and allow the player to actually make their own custom waves instead of just playing the generic waves that they set for us, which of course probably will be there. But why not actually let the player create their own arenas and waves themselves, so they can actually upload and send these online as a mini replacement for Snapmap? Because Doom has always been known for its creativity, so why not allow the players to have a creative invasion mode? I mean, it won't be as big as Snapmap, but it will be probably a lot more easy to handle, so there'll probably be a lot more, or a lot less limitations. And of course, I feel like it would work better. There'll probably be a lot less bugs in this kind of thing as well. I mean, yeah, of course it will be fairly restricted because you can only do invasion modes, but it should hopefully be a pretty solid way. To me, it probably won't live up to what Snapmap was at least trying to do, but it is a good mode that could be there. Now, of course, there are other modes that I really feel like we could see in Doom Eternal, and one that I'm kind of hoping for is actually a level editor. What we've got to remember is they said there's not going to be no Snapmap. They didn't say there's not going to be a new kind of level editing tool that's going to replace that. Yes, there's going to be mods, hopefully, but they said that's not going to be to the future, so they want something to at least keep these creative people busy, in my opinion. And why not just a basic kind of level editor? Maybe it just allows us to mess around with the campaign levels, so maybe change the enemies on the level, create a few mini game modes here on there, or just change it up a little bit, just something just sort of tie us over into mods that are actually in the game. I mean, we've seen other games do this kind of thing before with level editors, so to me it wouldn't feel out of place. And of course, once again, Doom is known for its creativity. Since the very first game we've had countless new levels, mods and everything, so to me it would feel pretty nice to actually mess around with these levels, because I really do actually enjoy messing around with levels that we previously got, especially in campaigns. I often sometimes edit the classic Doom levels with new areas, new textures, or just changing up the enemies, making the levels a lot more tougher. That's a really cool thing to do, in my opinion. I mean, well, it's not going to be like as fun as creating your brand new levels, but it's something to mess around with, which is something I honestly feel like would fit quite well in Doom Eternal. I think it'd be quite nice, because if we're going to have all these new levels, wouldn't it be great if we can mess around with it and just do it our own way, just a little bit? I mean, for me, I'd really enjoy that, just messing around with a level and see what I can create in these already pre-made maps. To me, that's not a bad idea. I kind of do like that. I mean, of course, once again, it won't be as you will have many limitations, of course, because it just be these set levels that you've got. But still, I feel like it'd be a great way just to mess around with until we actually get these mods or whatever else they've got planned in the future. Now, the next mode, this one, I am probably getting well too ambitious here, but this is something that I would love to see. Something towards the classic Dooms. Maybe even on a crazy day, we might even get Doom 1 and Doom 2 included in this, or something along them lines. Crazy idea, but Doom 3 did it. Doom 3 had 1, 2 and 3 all together, so you never know. This game is a much heavier focus on the classic games compared to Doom 2016, even though that game was based on the original games. This time they're going back to the roots even more. And what better way to do it than they actually include some kind of classic mode on the actual Doom Eternal game as well. I mean, because once again, I've said this before, but Doom 1 and Doom 2 is not actually available on Xbox. I mean, it's not available on PlayStation and Switch. It's only available on PC and Xbox. So what a great way to add the classic Dooms for absolutely everybody to play on every console of their choice. Well, that's a great way, and of course maybe we can even get some kind of way to mess around with these classic levels. I mean, that'd be a really fun idea for me. I mean, of course it's just like the classic levels we've played and loved for many years now, but still, to me, I would really enjoy just having that extra option to play either Doom Eternal or go back and look at the classic games. And something that kind of ties into this, and maybe if I don't want to do that, hopefully we get to see a much heavier focus on the secret Doom 1 and 2 levels that Doom 2016 did, where those hidden in the maps. That'd be great to see that, but this time they expand on that a lot. And why stick to Doom 1 and 2? Maybe on an absolute crazy day they actually hired a few Doom 3 or even Doom 64 levels, because they've showcased quite a lot for Doom 64 in the presentation. And actually on the Slayers Club there seems to be a heavy mention on Doom 64, so why not actually include a few secret levels for Doom 64? To me that'd be awesome. I mean, of course it'd probably have the Doom Eternal gameplay like the Doom 2016 ones did, but can you imagine actually getting to play Doom 64 maps in Doom Eternal? To me that'd be out of this world. I mean, there's no reason why they can't really do it. I mean, of course it's the most, I mean, not out of place, but it's the most unique of the series. But so far they've taken full notice of Doom 64, so why not take that to the next level and showcase it, or even let's play a few of these levels in Doom Eternal. Of course, once again, with the Doom Eternal gameplay like the Doom 2016 maps did with their secret maps. Probably getting well ambitious here, but that'd be something I'd absolutely love to see. Next thing that we could easily see, a co-op or co-op exclusive maps, or online exclusive. We know that they're going to actually release DLC for this game, but why not just focus on the single player and actually have something exclusive for online or co-op, in particular the co-op, because we know that Doom 2016 of course didn't have any really kind of co-op. That's something that many people were asking, like a classic sort of split screen co-op, or even just online co-op but campaign style. Of course we got Snapmap, but once again that's not really the same as the proper campaign. And this time it's hard to say if they're going to do anything like that, but why not make co-op exclusive levels? I mean, to me that is something that could easily work. They don't have to interfere with the campaign or nothing. There could be its very own campaign, something for 1 to 4 players just to enjoy on a casual split screen or online play. That is something that, once again, I feel like that would definitely work. I think that'd be really awesome to see as well. It'd be, because that way you can please the single player fans and the co-op fans at the same time, because Doom was known for both really. It was known for its kick-ass single player campaign, but it was also known for its fun co-op as well, which you could play either way and the game would still be super exciting to play. So why not take full advantage of that and listen to what many of the fans want and try and make both? Once again, you don't have to put it both in the same campaign, because it might interfere with the Doomslayer storyline, but it wouldn't have interfered with it at all if it was his own thing, where their survivors might not actually be the Doomslayer himself, but actually other Marines. And of course it could be something along the lines of Doom VR, where it was just like a scientist guy on his own mission. It wasn't actually the Doomslayer at all. So we could see something like that, but for co-op, so that way the co-op fans will be satisfied. That's just another crazy idea, but it's definitely something I feel like we could see. Because I remember back at that presentation, he just said that is one of the many ways you can play with your friends, or something along that line. So that idea might not be as far out as it sounds. Lastly, let's talk about the arcade mode. Definitely feel like this is going to return, but there's still many things that they can do with this. I feel like there could be sort of individual or a nice variety of arcade modes, not just the classic ones. So maybe, once again, there could be exclusive arcade levels, so not actually in the campaign. So you might be able to play the campaign plus also get a handful of exclusive only arcade levels. Or we could actually make some kind of our own arcade map, so set our own challenges. So say if you kill a Cacodemon you lose points, or if you kill a certain amount of enemies at a time you make points, and let the player decide on what they want to do with the arcade mode. So once again, become a little bit more creative with the arcade mode. The arcade mode was actually quite a really nice addition. It came in quite late, if I remember. It wasn't there at the start. I think it came in maybe third update, second update, I don't know, but it definitely wasn't there at the start. And it was a nice addition. It wasn't actually expected. I didn't really expect to find it, but then when I actually played it, I have really enjoyed it, and it definitely felt at home, despite me not actually kind of liking that kind of gameplay. But it definitely felt great. So it's something I feel like they could definitely work on in Doom Eternal, something like that. Build on it more, make it a strong addition to the series, and not just add it after the update. Second Fault kind of mode. Definitely make it a main edition, and I really do hope it returns, and there's plenty of things that they can build on this as well. I think the last thing I'm going to mention is that I do feel like we're going to have some kind of creative tool added into this game. Of course, once again, modding is definitely on the table, but before then I feel like they're going to add something in there just to tie us over with that kind of thing. If it is from a basic level editor to something else they've not mentioned yet, maybe there's actually something they've got that's much bigger planned over Snapmap, and it's obviously it's not called Snapmap, that's why they said there's no Snapmap in it, but they've actually got some sort of secret new massive editing software actually in this game that's going to work a lot better in id 7. I mean, we don't know what they've got hidden. They said there was many surprises there, so maybe there is actually something pretty huge behind the scenes that they're not going to reveal to now or QuakeCon, I don't know. Definitely something to look out for, but I honestly feel like we're going to see some kind of editing software here or there at pretty much day release of this game. So it's just trying to figure out what that is and what it's going to allow us to do, really. So anyway, what do you think modes we're going to see in this? Do you think we're going to see some pretty cool modes, or do you feel like we're going to see something I've not mentioned yet? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.